The second way to get out of the rat race is to save your way out. Whenever I think of saving your way out of the rat race, I hear Robert Kiyosaki in my head saying, "Savers are losers." And the truth is that in some sense they are, and in another sense they aren't. Let me explain. The reason why it's a bad idea to just save your money is because the cost of goods is going up and the dollar is being devalued, and you are losing money every year. However, if you have enough of it, saving is a valid way to get out of the rat race if you actually have the means to do it. It's not the best way to do it, but if you think you can do it and don't want to worry about investing, you should. This is certainly one of my goals on top of creating passive income. Not necessarily to just save, but to have more of a hedged savings investment. But we'll go over that in a different video. So the way you save your way out of the rat race is by doing exactly that. Saving enough money so that you no longer have to get a job. You must first calculate all of your current expenses and how much you would need on top of that for traveling or other fun things. For some people, it might be $2,000 extra every month. An easy way to find your play number, any money you want extra at the end of the month, is to simply divide your expenses in half and use that as your number. The second step is to multiply your expenses plus your play number by 12 to get your annual number you need to live. The third step is to take your age and subtract it by 100 or 120 depending on how long you think you'll live. You then take the annual number and multiply it by the number of years you will live, which can't really be determined, and that will be your out of rat race savings number. You must also keep in mind that inflation goes up by around 4% every year, so you must also calculate that in. I am overestimating inflation just to be safe. An easy and rough way to calculate inflation is to use round numbers. So if you calculate you need to save for 55 years, then you use increments of 10 years. 4 times 10 is 40%, times 5, which would be 50 years, so that's 200%. Then you divide 40% by 2, and that's 220%. A couple things you want to keep in mind. 1, these are not actual numbers. To find actual numbers, you must use the exact consumer price index and inflation formula. But what we're doing now will give you a rough estimate. And 2, not all of your expenses will go up. So let's just say half. So simply multiply half of your savings by 3, and that can be a rough estimate of how much you must save. Does this sound overwhelming? I think it is. It's why most people don't ever even come close to saving this much money. But some do. And maybe you can be one of the people who do. Let's do a simple example with illustration. I will use random numbers. So the expenses are $10,000, and I would like to have an extra $5,000 as play money. So that means in total every month I need $15,000. Now we multiply 15,000 by 12 because there are 12 months, and that is $180,000. So this person doesn't think they will live to 120, they only think they will live to 90 years old, and their current age is 35 years old. So we subtract 90 by 35, and we get 55. Now we multiply 55 by 180,000, and that number is $9,900,000, not including inflation, which might make that double the amount. Not really feasible for normal people.